What's up, guys? Welcome back to my podcast. And first of all, as you guys can hear, my microphone is not working right now. I'll say that. So I'm using my regular computer microphone, so it probably sounds really bad, and I can't really hear it right now. I can't really hear it. So that's kind of a problem. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully it works. Hopefully you can still hear me and it could still be good, but I'm gonna have to figure it out after the stream. So I really hope this works. But we are going to continue. Hold up, guys. Okay. Now I gotta post a link for my podcast episode on Facebook, like I do every single podcast episode. And as you guys read in the title, today I'm gonna be redrafting the 2014 NHL draft. So let me hear myself real quick. I'm gonna be redrafting the 2014 NHL draft. Okay, yeah, you can hear me pretty good. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I don't know if you guys can hear me as well. I don't honestly know, but I'm glad you guys can hear me at the very least. But yes, now I gotta go into Facebook here. And then after I upload this, okay, so all I'm gonna say is I am live. Hold it, paste, and then post. Post. Boom, okay, it is uploaded. My post is uploaded, not obviously, but um okay. So now I'm going to go on to the NHL mock draft site. NHL mock draft simulator. Hopefully it's on here. Yep. This is the one that I used last time. I'm gonna try to do consensus draft rankings because I remember last time, if you guys remember that last time, I don't know if I explained this to you, but I know for sure for me when I'm doing the draft rankings, the rankings of the people were all over the place. Like the skill of some people are not where they were ranked, if that makes any sense. Hello, Doug. Thank you for joining. Hello back to you. Okay, so this might take a second to load. So I don't know how long it's gonna take to load. Cause I remember last time I loaded for a couple minutes. Not a couple minutes. I don't know. It's loading. So I'm gonna redraft 2014 NHL draft. Well, this is loading. I'm gonna go over some of the things that I'm gonna do in the next few days on this podcast. So tomorrow we're gonna redraft the 2013 draft, NHL obviously. Monday we're gonna redraft the 2012 NHL draft, and then on Tuesday we're doing the NHL July Power Rankings. Wednesday we're gonna do a tier list ranking every current NHL team's coach. Thursday we go over every NHL team's biggest strengths, weaknesses, how I think they would do, best player, number one goalie, and overall about that team. Friday go over every team's watchability in a tier list. Every NHL team's top three players with the highest percent to make the Hall of Fame. Sunday, reacting to ChatGPT's 2024-2025 season predictions. Monday, go over the best player in every NHL team. Tuesday, do a tier list ranking every NHL team based on the forward core. Wednesday, do a tier list ranking every team based on the defense. Thursday, do a tier list ranking every NHL team based on the number one goalie. Friday, go over every NHL team's best player in franchise history. That idea from Doug. Thank you. Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, do some research on why every NHL team got their names, and then if that team's captain lost their captaincy, who would be the captain right now for every NHL team in alphabetical order? Um, ranking every team's best left winger 1 to 32. 32 to 1. So basically what I mean by this is every team, I'm going to go down every team and say their best left winger. Then I'm going to put every single one of those left wingers in order from 32 to 1. I'll have to come up with the list beforehand. Thank you for the question, Doug. They don't really call it anything. It's usually a hat trick and that's it. So I don't really know what they call it. They might have a name, but I don't really call it anything. I just like 4 goals, Good question though. Then the next day we're gonna do ranking every team's best right wing in the NHL, 32 to 1. Same thing with center, defenseman, and goalie, and that's it. They call it awesome. Yes, that is true. That is pretty awesome. Somebody scored 4 goals. Very rare, actually. It's quite rare to see that. I just loaded back in. It's still loading, so I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. 5.5 minutes into this podcast episode, I haven't even started. I don't even know how long this is gonna take. Honestly, I've never really done this way. I don't even know what to talk about. Until then, I went over what I'm gonna do. I will say after these next couple episodes of redrafting, former drafts, I think they're gonna be a lot more fun. I'm gonna talk more about next season and stuff like that as I went down the line. But I will talk about more next season. I have thought off podcast, off streaming, whatever, off podcast, whatever. These episodes, last few episodes have been kind of boring because I've just been redrafting stuff that I don't really know that much about. But these next upcoming episodes, the next week or two, are going to be a lot more fun because we're gonna be doing like tier lists and just ranking teams, ranking players, tier lists, and just talking about the future, specifically next season, and how players are gonna do. So, yeah, I mean, that's that. What's the most goals? Okay, I can't read today apparently. What's the most goals Gretzky scored in one game? That's a good question to ask Google. Let's do that right now, actually. Okay, what is the most goals Wayne Gretzky scored in one single NHL game? Wayne Gretzky recorded his most goals in a game 4 times with 5 scores. So he scored 5 goals in one game on 4 separate occasions. You want to call anything awesome? That's pretty awesome. But we all knew that he was gonna do that. I mean, that's not really that crazy. But it is crazy. But for him, it's not because we all know how good he is. NHL 2014 redraft. I'm gonna do redraft. That was not loading. I'm not waiting here all day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, any day now. Simulator. Giraffe simulator? Cat friendly isn't even a thing anymore. That's so sad. You gotta do research on that. The cat friendly, where's cat friendly? I'm not giving you my email. I don't care who you are. I'm not giving you my email. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really figure out why it's not. Should we just go to the tier list? Honestly? Should we just skip these next redrafts? Okay, so here, I don't know if I should. If I should skip these next couple redrafts and just go straight to the tier list, which would be more fun for both me and probably you, type yes in the chat. If you don't think I should do that, type no, because I can't find anything on here that's good, and I think these would be kind of boring. So type yes or no in the chat, please. Probably not gonna be very much people chatting because there's only one person in here. But yes, you're deciding, because I don't know. Honestly, it's what you guys want. Yes or no? I should. You should not just skip the redraft stage and go straight to the tier list and whatever. Actually, what would I be doing? That's my happy decision. I would do the NHL July power rankings right now. I would rank every single team 32 to 1. Should I do that right now? Or should I do the redraft stuff? Type yes if I should just skip. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the answer. That was kind of the answer I'm looking for. I'm not even gonna try to lie to you. Okay. I was originally planning on actually doing this and thinking about this list ahead of time, but we're gonna have to kind of wing it, and we're just gonna go every single NHL team, and we're gonna have to and just wing it. We're gonna look at last season's standings, so it's gonna be easier to tell which teams are on the bottom of the league, which teams are towards the top. If you pick, I don't know if you're picking up where I'm going down, but I hope you are. Okay, so we're going down here. Number 32. Who else is gonna be the worst team in the league next year? I'm going to say the Sharks. I think the San Jose Sharks are going to be finished dead last again. I really like the prospect pool. I really like the young talent they have. William Eklund was great last year. Will Smith, I don't know if he's going to college or not this year. I don't know, but either way, he's going to be fantastic for whatever league he plays in. Marco Celebrini's going to be great for them, but I feel there's 31 other teams in the 32 team league that's better than them. I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. 31. Ooh, let's see. Thinking on the top of my head. I think I'd have to do some research on this. If we just do research on this live on stream and literally just come up with it on stream, let's do it. So I think 30. Okay, I'm gonna write this down in notes. NHL. Okay, NHL team power ranking. Oh wait, power rankings. Power rankings. Okay. So power rankings. So 32 would be Sharks, San Jose Sharks. Who would be number one? You're not number one. Number 31. I think either it might be Blackhawks, but I do think they're gonna take a bit of a step up. So I don't think it's gonna be the Blackhawks. I'm gonna search up NHL power rankings, see what other people had them, and then kind of go off of that. Either agree with them and put them in the same spot, or change it around a little bit. But I want an idea. It's hard to just go off the top of my head, if you know what I'm saying. So I want an idea. I'm just gonna go off ESPN and see what they said, and then go down and probably change it around a little bit. Anaheim, I could see that. Actually. But I do think they're actually gonna take a big step up. I think Flames are actually gonna be there. I think I'm gonna deal with the Flames. Calgary. I do think the Flames are gonna be competitive. I do think that they are going to get a couple of wins here and there, but they're gonna be a lot of teams that are gonna be much better than them. They are going to sell their team away. They already have, trading Tanev, Markstrom, oh my God, Madrepani. There's so many other people I'm forgetting about, but they've traded a lot of their team away. Lindholm, then they lost Gaudreau to Chuck in 2 years ago in free agency. So they've lost 97% of the good players on the team in that 2022 year. So I think, and they're just going to continuously to sell this team off to whatever team to get assets back for the rebuild. So I think they're going to continue to sell, so that they're going to keep racking up losses, get a good draft pick. I think that's fair to say. It's going to get a little bit easier. Here is what I'm going to say, actually, My God, this is so tough. I'm gonna say Montreal here. I do like Montreal, but especially this also helps. Wait a second. Okay. Montreal. I do think that they're gonna be good, but it doesn't help when you're in the best division in hockey. It's that might be a little controversial among hockey fans if that's the Atlantic is the most stacked division. But if you look at them, man, even the bottom that I have, like Canadians, Red Wings is such a good team, but that division is so stacked that I have them missing the playoffs. If they're in any other division, I think they'll make the postseason. I really do. But that division's so stacked, and they play those teams the most, so it's going to be really tough to rack up wins. And when you're such a young team like this, it's hard to rack up wins when you're in that good of a division. So I have to say 30 for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's see. I think this is where I put Anaheim. Anaheim. Okay, so the 29. It's the ANA for Anaheim, right? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the abbreviation for Anaheim. It may actually be H at the end, but anyway, that's not the point. Think the Wild would go to the playoffs. I don't know. It's really tough because they could easily be a 100-point team if Philip Gustafson can go back to what he was 2 years ago. Krill the Thrill can put together another 100-point year, which I think he will actually. Um, I don't know. Next time I do my tier list ranking teams, I would have to decide that. But at the top of my head, let's see who else is in the division. They got, I think, the Stars, Avalanche, and Predators will go above them. Will they make a wild card? Who has to be in the wild card hunt? The Kraken, them, the Jets. Oh, I think they do. I do. I think they'll make it over the Jets, maybe, or maybe no. I think they would finish over the Kraken. I think the Jets and the Wild are better than the Kraken. I think the Kraken are going to take a huge step up this year. I think they're going to be right at the playoff line. I do think the Wild will make it. They'll probably make it wild card one. I think Gustafson will go back to form. I think whoever throw will go anywhere north of 90 points. I think that he's going to get back on track. I think that Joel Harrison Ek, Matt Bordy's going to take a big step up. Harrison Ek's going to go back on track. And then you got, what is one that I'm forgetting? Brock Faber. I know Brock Faber, young defenseman. Jared Spurgeon, your captain, should hopefully be healthy again. Oh, there's one young person that I'm thinking about. Oh, Marco Rossi. Marco Rossi. I do think that he's gonna take. I think he's gonna be great again. So yes, I do think they will. But anyway, continuing on, what I was doing here. I think this is when the Blackhawks come into play. I think they finished fifth last in the league, 28th. CHC. This is basically actually CHH. No, what that doesn't make sense. No, it's CHI. I don't even know my own team's abbreviation apparently. But anyways, I do. I just didn't get it right the first time. I do think they're gonna take a big step up. I think Frank Nazar, having a rookie year, I think he's gonna be great. I think Connor Bedard will take another big step up. I think he's gonna get anywhere from. I think he's gonna get about 80 points next year. 80 to 90 points. I think he's gonna shock a lot of people. Again, because he's gonna have a lot of help around him, such as Bertuzzi, Nazar. I don't think Nazar's gonna play in his line, but I know they got Bertuzzi. Hall hopefully healthy sometime during the year, so I do think they're gonna take a big step up, but not big enough. Here we go. There's so many good teams. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. Honestly, I do think they're gonna take a big step down. I think the only reason why they're not a little bit further down is because of the big four and Crosby. Not really big four, but good four of Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and Malkin, and Jari in there. But if it wasn't for those five guys, I think they would be one of the worst in the league. They are one of the worst in the league, but I mean like one of the worst in the league. If I bottom three in the league, but they'll carry them to get a few extra wins. Next, who else? it's more. There's so many hard teams, bro, to go down. Like, what do we do here? Do I really say? I think I'm gonna go CBJ here. 26 is going to be CBJ, Columbus Blue Jackets. I think that they are going to be good. I think that hopefully they're healthy. Like Zach Werenski, one of the most underrated defensemen in the league, by the way. Hopefully Johnny Gaudreau goes back to form and doesn't have another disappointing year. I hope Adam Fantilli takes a big step up. I hope Caden Lindstrom has a big rookie year. Kent Johnson has been pretty good. Berensky back there. Line A probably gonna be gone. That's also not gonna help. But there's other people I'm forgetting down in depth, like Boone Jenner, like the captain. He's a good guy. Hopefully he plays good. But you guys get what I'm saying here. But I do think CBJ will be pretty good. I think they'll be competitive. I think they'll pick up more wins than what they did last year. But I do not think they're going to be better than any of the other teams ahead of them, quite obviously, so I don't have them ahead of them. But it is rough because there's so many good teams in the league, obviously. So I think they're going to be 26. That would be taking a step up, though. Next, do we have all the bottom teams ranked already? Yup. I don't have the Kraken, so. Okay, this is interesting. What team do I put here? I don't think the Capitals. St. Louis? No. I do like their forward core. They have one of the best forward cores in the league. I'm gonna go with the Flyers. No, I'm gonna. My God, this is so tough. I'm gonna go St. Louis. I have to do it. There are so many other good teams, bro. St. Louis. They do have one of the best forward cores in the league, but that blue line really scares me. Tremendously. It scares me. In Bennington, I don't like when you have Bennington being your number one. I do like what he did last year. He was really good last year, but I still don't think that he's going to be the goalie to lead you to the cup again. Yes, he did in 2019, but that was 2019. He hasn't been in the same form since his rookie year in 2019. He could take a big step up, not a big step up, but he could go back to form and be one of the best goalies in the league, top 10 goalie in the league. Do I think he's going to do that? Absolutely not. Could he? Absolutely. But I don't know. I'm gonna have him finish here. I'm a little bit lower on St. Louis than most. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see who else has not been ranked. There are so many good teams. Oh my God, this year's gonna be so sad. I have to go with Philly. I have to go with Philly here. Philadelphia. 24. Philly. Okay, so 24th ranked is Philadelphia Flyers. I do really like what John Tortorella did with this team. I do think they're gonna be really competitive. I do think they're gonna pick up some wins. They turned this bunch of nobodies to a bunch of someones. Travis Konechny, yes, he is a superstar. He at least a star. I don't know a superstar, but he's a star player. He's a very good player, very skilled. But let's see who else broke out. Who was Noah Cates? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that Noah Powell? And yes, Noah Powell. Yes, he did go there. That was good. That is a good job remembering that, though. I'm surprised you remembered that. You guys remember that because he's such a late draft pick. But yes, he did. But yes, Flyers. I do think they're gonna take a step down. I don't think they're gonna really be able to replicate that, but I do really like what they did. Next, let's go. Come on. Caps. Do I think they're gonna be that far out of a playoff spot? I really don't, actually. So let's see who's gonna be in the wild card hunt. Got the Senators, the Sabres, the Capitals. We're talking the Eastern specifically. They got the Capitals, Islanders, Sabres, Senators. No, I think Senators will be top 3 in the Atlantic. I think. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna say Senators. Red Wings for sure. Which one of the teams are gonna be further down? Right, that's the thing. Caps. I think the Capitals will be really competitive because of the move that they made, the goalie tandem. They do have good pieces, so I do think that the Capitals will be competitive again. Competitive for the wild card spot, most specifically. Sabres, I do think they're going to take a big step up, but I do think they might miss the playoff because of how many good teams there are, but I don't know. Senators, I think they're not a safe playoff team per se, but I do think they're going to make the postseason. I'm pretty convinced that they're going to make the postseason, but that's just me. So let's see the safe playoff teams, in my opinion. They're not actually safe playoff teams, but I'm pretty convinced they're going to make this. I predict the Blackhawks will make the postseason. Oh no, that's not gonna happen. But I like the confidence. I like the confidence, but it's not happening. Okay, so I think that oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Okay, Senators, I think they're gonna make the postseason. I think the Red Wings are gonna be very competitive. I think they're gonna be above the Caps and the Islanders. Cap to the Islanders. I think the Islanders are gonna be a little bit below them. No, wait though. Is there any other team that I really don't like? Down like, yeah, I haven't ranked yet. I feel like there's teams that I'm missing. No way there's this many good teams. Tampa Bay, maybe? I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Lightning. Some people like ESPN have them like 13. Like that's crazy, in my opinion. Yes, they have a nasty first line of Point, Kucherov, and Jay Gunter, which I'm really excited to see that line. But other than that, they don't really have much people like on the bottom pairs. Not the bottom pairs, but they lost Mikhail Sergeyev. They got Hedman. That's about it back there. They have Vaz, who's gonna have to kind of carry the load defensively and the goaltending because he's a goaltender. He can't go carry the load defensively, but he's gonna have to carry like a fact that he's gonna try to not let up a bunch of goals. But then at the fact that like offensively, yes, they have that power line, but other than that, they don't really have that much people. Like I can't even think about who else they got. Like I guess Sorelli. Sorelli's good. Nick Paul's pretty good, but like they have good, decent pieces down there, but I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I don't. I think there's so many better teams than them in the East, especially in the East. Oh, who else is going to be 22? I believe they have the Utah Hockey Club. I think the Hockey Club's actually going to be closer to the postseason than that. A lot closer to the postseason than that. I'm going to go with the Islanders. I think I'm going to go with the Islanders here. New York Islanders. 22. And that's not bad placement. Like, it's not. 22 is good. Like, they're still fighting for a playoff spot. But I think there's a lot of other teams better. The question mark is Ilya Sorokin going to go back to form, which I think he's going to be good, but I don't think he's going to be like going back to Vezina caliber goal. No, but I do think he's going to do better for sure. But I don't think he's gonna be good enough to lead into the postseason. There's too many good Eastern Conference teams. I think. So yeah. Why do they call it Utah Hockey Club? Well, you can do your research on it, but it used to be the Arizona Coyotes, and they moved out of Arizona to Utah, and they're rebranding the team. They're not the Coyotes anymore. That's old. They have all the players and management, yes, but they're rebranding the team to the Utah, and then their name was fan voted by Utah fans to Hockey Club. You can do more research on it if you really want to know. I don't got the time to go over right now, but that's the quick rundown of it. Next, the Wild's gonna come up here pretty dang soon, but I have them making the postseason, so they have to be 16. So probably the Capitals next. No, I think they're gonna be really a lot closer to the postseason than that, right? I think somewhere around here is gonna have to be where they are, like right here maybe. Utah Hockey Club may be finishing 21st. That'd still be around the playoff spot. I think they're gonna be a little bit higher up though. I think. I think here's where the Capitals go. Honestly, 21 is gonna be Washington. I do like Washington. I do like the moves they made. The cheapo goalie tandem of like 1 point something million. Very cheap, way under $2 million. It's super cheap goalie tandem. Super good one at that. between Charlie Lindgren getting the number one spot and the number two backup Logan Thompson. They got Ovi, Milano, Strome, Carlson on the back end. And then they still got, oh my God, who else did they get? They got other people. Majapani is going to be huge for them. I think they'll be right around the playoff spot, but I don't think they're going to quite make it, honestly. 20th? Ooh, who's going to be number 20? Hockey Club? I think the Hockey Club. I think this is where the Hockey Club come into play. Utah HC. I think, where would they? It'd be UHC, right? Yeah, I think so. Utah Hockey Club. But yeah, I mean, I do think they're gonna be super good. I'm really excited to see how they're gonna do this year with all the young talent. Dylan Gunther, Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz is not that young, but he's not old. And then it's still got Logan Cooley. I'm so excited to see what he's gonna do. Then back and they got Sean Durkee, and they picked up Mikhail Sergeyev, the goalie tandem, and Connor Ingram and Vujmelka. It's gonna be very exciting. I'm really excited to see what they do. I don't think they're gonna quite make the postseason, but I think they'll be super close. 20, I think, is a good spot for them. Next up, I've ranked all those teams. I think I have to put here is going to be Buffalo. 19 is going to be Buffalo. I do think they're going to be super close to posing spot, but I don't think they're going to make it again because of how good the Eastern Conference is going to be. Because you got teams that are going to finish below them, even Washington and New York and Philly are going to be three contending teams that contend for the wild card spot. And then above them, they got Senators, Bruins, Leafs, Panthers, and then you still got what teams have I not even mentioned yet? Other than that, the Red Wings. I think all five of those teams are going to be better than them this year. So I think that's where they have to land, personally. So next up, who have I not ranked yet? Vegas. There's Vegas. Here's Vegas' spot. I'm actually going to put Vegas below Buffalo, actually. Honestly, I am. Wait, what just happened? No, it just ruined everything. It didn't ruin everything, but I have to write it all over again. What was Buffalo? It was 19, so I have to put them at 20. Utah Hockey Club is 21. 21. 22 was Washington. Tampa Bay was 24. Why is Tampa Bay here? I know it's Tampa Bay here, but why is it? Wait a second. 23 is New York. 24 is Tampa. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's fixed itself now. And why is the 33 teams? But why the 33 teams? Where's the repeat? I say 33 teams. I didn't rank 33 teams. I'm so confused, bro. Okay, I guess. But I wanted to put, and I completely lost my train of thought. Because Buffalo was supposed to be. Okay. Buffalo was 19. And then number 20 is going to be Vegas Golden Knights. Still, why is it ranked at 30 teams? There's not 33 teams. That literally makes no sense. Because now I gotta go back all back here. A what? I am so confused. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It'd be 17 other teams. 18. Wait a second. Okay, let's keep it going. No, but that's really bothering me, guys. This is actually a malfunction in the podcast. Wait a minute. Is there like a repeat in here? No, all these teams are actually like legitimate. Why is it just ranked like that? Bro, oh my goodness, this is actually so annoying. I did not put 33 teams here. Okay, we're gonna keep going. And anyways, okay, so Vegas is gonna be below them. They are losing too much people to be competitive for the. Well, they are gonna be super competitive for the wild card spot, but I don't think they're gonna make it. They lost Moshe Stevenson, two huge pieces, and they lost a bunch of other depth pieces too, and the backup goalie. Man, it's gonna be tough for them, but I do think they're gonna be very competitive still. But I don't think they're gonna make it. 18, man. I think 18 is gonna have to be it. I'm really considering putting the Wild there. But I do think Winnipeg's gonna finish below them actually. So teams are not ranked yet. I think I'm make the postseason. There's one more team here that I'm gonna have missing the postseason. Where is it gonna be? Seattle. Okay, Seattle. Here we go. Actually, two more teams, but Seattle is one of them. Seattle Kraken. I do think they're gonna take a big step up with the signings of Brandon Montour and Shannon Stevenson. Shannon Stevenson is a fantastic second line player, and Montour is gonna play on the first pairing defensively. He's gonna help them tremendously, both offensively and defensively. Gonna help the depth out. Gonna help McCann and all the other guys trying to carry the load offensively in the past years. And I do think Seattle's gonna take a huge step up. I think they're gonna just barely miss the postseason behind the Wild and the Jets. Speaking of the Wild and the Jets. Here is where I'm going to have. I think this is where I'm gonna have the Jets placing 17. But because they finished 17 does not mean they missed the wild card spot. Your postseason. It seemed like there's only 16 teams to make the postseason, so why is 17 spot making? Making. It's because there can still the team that the best team that didn't make the postseason in the Eastern Conference can still be better than the team that the last team to make the postseason in the West. Does that make any sense? I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. It's so the third wild card team. There's two teams that make the wild card spot, right? Two teams that make the wild card spot from each conference. The third wild card spot, so the wild card spot that the team that just barely missed the postseason on the east side per se, could still be better than the team that just barely made the postseason on the west side because the east is so much better. If you kind of understand what I'm saying, I don't know. I'm not gonna keep explaining this because I it's kind of hard to explain, but um. Yes, I do have Winnipeg barely making the postseason, but I do have them making the postseason, so it's having to be 17 is what it's gonna be. The Detroit. Okay. So Detroit. Number 16. I have Detroit. Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings. I have 16. I have them making the second wild card spot in the Atlantic. They're in the second wild card spot in the East. Just barely making the postseason. I do think they will make the postseason. I really like the fact that they re-signed Kane. Let's look at the top forward core here. We got at the top of my head is Dylan Larkin, the Brinket, Patrick Kane, Lucas Raymond. They still got I know they re-signed Fisher. I don't know why I think of Fisher first. David Perron. There's much other that I'm missing in the forward core. Then defensively they got Mo Sider. Oh my god, they picked up somebody else. I don't remember. But they got Justin Hall, Ben Sherratt, Jeff Petrie, those guys, and then in there they got Ville Husso and Alex Lyon. I think that goal tandem will be good enough to make the postseason. Will they do much in the postseason? That's a whole different question. That's a story for another day. The answer is no. They're probably not gonna do anything in the postseason. But hey, all you gotta do is make the postseason. You never know. Just ask the Florida Panthers 2 years ago. They made the barely made the postseason and made it a Stanley Cup final. So I don't know, but I don't think they're gonna do much because they're probably gonna have to face off against the Panthers in the first round. Either the Panthers, your who else would they face? Who would probably win the Metro? The Devils. In my opinion, I think the Devils will win the Metro. But that's also a story for another day. Continuing on, is 15 is going to be the Minnesota Wild. I think number 15 is gonna be the Wild. So I think that they will make the wild card number 1 in the West. I think that if my predictions go exactly to plan, and I am spot on, which would be kind of crazy, but if I am spot on with my predictions, I do think that they would face. Okay, so who the Stars? The Oilers. They would have to face the Stars. Yes, the Stars. In the first round, which is going to be so tough. Because hey, if you remember, they faced the Stars 2 years ago in the first round, and I believe that they lost. Yes, they lost because the Stars went to the Western Conference Final. It's a super good series, first of all, and second of all, it's going to be. Oh, actually, continue on the first of all, that would be a very good series again. I would love to see that series again. Second of all, that would be a very competitive series. Third of all, oh my god, what was I just gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Fantastic. Continuing on the Wild though, I do think that Krill Kaprizov will go north of 90 points, anywhere from 90 to 100 points. I think that Phil Gustafson will go back to about above a 900 save percentage for sure. I think he's gonna be a very, very good goalie again for them. Jesper Wallstad is gonna be fantastic for them too. He's probably gonna be a backup for them, but he will be great for them, I believe, at the backup position. I think that Brock Faber and Jed Spurgeon at the defensive end will hold down defensively for Gustafson and Wallstad back there. And then offensively, they got Eriksson Ek, who's one of the best two-way forwards in the league, play both ends of the ice. Kirill Kaprizov, as I said, north of 90 points. Matt Bordy, Marco Rossi, two very young, talented players. Very good for them offensively. I do think the Wild are going to break out this year. I do think they're going to make the wild card spot, wild card number 1. And to respond to your comment in the chat, Doug, I'm going to say that I strongly disagree with you. But you know what? I like that confidence, as I said before last time. I like the confidence, but I highly doubt that one. Anyways, going on here. Here's when we go to the best teams. I believe, no, I did not put the Senators anymore. That actually reminds me, I think I probably want to put the Senators right about here. Number 14 is going to be Ottawa. I did in my predictions say that they're going to finish second in the Atlantic. I kind of backtracked on that. Okay, I kind of backtracked on that. To be fair, I did literally zero research before that podcast episode. From now on, I'm going to do some research before the podcast episode because that made me look real goofy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys that I don't know. I am still super high in the Senators. Yes, I do think they're gonna make the wild card number 1 pretty convincingly, but I don't think they're gonna be top team in the Atlantic because I think the Leafs, Bruins, and Panthers are gonna be much better. Not much better. Not much better. Let me backtrack. I think they're gonna be better. Okay. I do really like the Senators. They got a top 10, probably top 15 goalie in the league, possibly top 10 if he goes back to what he was doing a couple years ago. And Linus Ullmark, backup. Actually, I think they got rid of Korpisalo. Who's going to be the backup? Forsberg? I think. I don't know. They're going to have to get a backup because they don't got a backup. I mean, they do have a backup, but not a very good one. Defensively, Shabbat and Sanderson are going to have to carry the load back there. They have other pieces, but I can't think of it right now. Offensively, they got Brady Tkachuk, who's a very good 200-foot physical guy, such as his brother Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk. And then they got Tim Stützle, I think they're going to get probably like 80 to 90 points next year for them. And then they also still got, oh my god, I can't think of some of the people. Batherson, Kubalik, those guys. There's so many other people I'm forgetting too offensively. They have a lot of good people offensively for that team that I really like, and I'm really high up on them. But I do think that they were going to make the postseason, and I have them finishing number 14 on my July tier list. Okay. So yeah, and by the way, when we're on the July power rankings, I'm gonna do another one during August, September, October, November, December, January, all forever. Actually, I don't know about forever, but I'm gonna try to do it for a while at least. Great podcast. Thank you, Doug, for the kind words. Appreciate it. Continuing on, past 14, on to number 13. Let's go through here. Do we got the Kings? I think we got the Kings. I think this is where we put the Kings. Okay, number 13 is going to be the Kings. I think they're going to finish number 3 in the Pacific Division, ahead of likes of Kraken, Vegas. Those are probably the 2 teams that are actually going to contend for that spot. But I do think Kings are going to come up on top of that 3rd spot in the Pacific Division. I do think, yes, they lost Arvidsson. I'm pretty sure they lost someone else I can't think of. But Arvidsson's a big piece, but they still got other pieces such as Kempe, Fiala, Kopitar up front. And the Quentin Byfield, I think, going to take another big step up. Up front. Defensively, they still got Drew Doughty and others that, again, I can't think of. And then back end, goaltending concerns me, Darcy Kemper and Cam Talbot. But I do think they both are going to be able to hold it down enough, hold the fort down enough, if you will, to secure a top 3 in the Pacific Division. I do think they can do that for sure. Here's when we start to get to the big boys, okay? This is when it's very, very questionable and very arguable for sure. I think I'm going to go straight here, and we're going to go with Boston at number 12. This might be a little bit controversial. A lot of people have Boston ahead of this, but some people have them below this. But I think Boston's good because I think they're going to finish number 3 in the Atlantic. I think they're going to be the worst team to finish top 3 in the division in the East. Why did I pause so much? I was going to say in the whole league, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, Kings would be worse. But the worst team to finish top 3 in the division in the Eastern Conference, I do have 2 teams that I'm going to have finishing above them, not only in the power rankings, but in the division that I will later talk to later in the power rankings. But, so, yeah. Continuing on to let's continue to talk about Boston. I didn't even talk about Boston, barely. Boston, they barely had any center depth, but they acquired Elias Lindholm up front to go with Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak. I'm really excited to see that line. It's going to be nasty offensive and defensive line. It's going to be very annoying to play against single-handedly because of Brad Marchand. Next, you get down there, you got Pavel Zacha, Charlie Coyle, Matthew Portress, and there's others that I'm forgetting about. Of course, I always forget about people during the podcast because why not? Make you look like I don't know anything about hockey. But, I mean, clearly I do, but you know what I'm trying to say. Defensively, you got Charlie McAvoy, who's a very, very good defenseman. I don't even know what to say. I don't want to say top 10, but I think he's a top 10 defenseman. Because defensively, and he still puts up points offensively. And then you got him and Lindholm is great. 4 bits back there, then others back there. Goalie Jeremy Swayman is probably a top 10 goalie in the league, possibly top 5. I think he might be top 5, but at least top 10. And Jonas Capasalo, I think, is going to be very, very good and consistently good backup goalie for them. I do think Boston's going to be a little bit worse than the 2 teams above them in the Atlantic and the 11 other teams above them in the power rankings, but I do think it'll be a very good team. Very good team. Next. Okay, let's see. Who's going to finish top 3 in the number 3 in the Metro? I'm going to say it in my head and then explain it to you guys in a second. Top 3 in the Metro. Okay, so I do think I know who is going to finish 3 in the Atlantic. You're in the Metro. Who's going to finish number 3 in the Central? Okay. I got it. Okay, I was thinking about it slightly in my head. I have the next 2 teams. Just missing out on the top 10 is the Carolina Hurricanes. So, okay, what would the abbreviations be? I think it would just be like CAR, right? Carolina. I think that's the abbreviations, but that's not important. Okay. Um, reason why I'm saying this is because I am writing this down in my notes. I have been, so I can keep them for the future. Like when I do August power rankings, I can look back at the July power rankings and kind of like compare them and just to see what I thought now and see if it's either outrageous. You kind of like, okay, that's pretty fair. In August, whenever I do this, it could be in the beginning of August, mid August, like it is right now. I'm doing basically in the middle of July, and then it could be late August. It depends what I remember. It's probably gonna be early, but again, it could be very late in August. I don't know. Um, Continuing on here, we got Carolina number 11, just missing out on the top 10. They are losing pieces, as I say, such as Jake Gunsel, but they still have Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen. They don't have Teuvo Teravainen. God dang it. They don't have Teuvo Teravainen. They do have Marty Nietzsche, though, that they might lose. I heard a lot of talks about him trading, but I haven't really heard anything recently of him getting traded. But I don't know, that could change literally in a snap of a finger. They could have just got traded as I'm speaking. That would be kind of hilarious, actually. But I don't know. Oh my god, I can't think of anybody else on their team. Oh, Seth Jarvis for sure. Very very good piece. Jordan Martin, Jordan Stahl down there in the bottom six, and then defensively probably the best defensive defenseman, shutdown defenseman in the league, and Jacob Slavin. Jalen Chatfield back there. I don't know why I'm thinking of Jalen Chatfield out of everybody back there. Brady Shea. They lost Brady Shea. God dang it. Why do I keep saying people they lost? You're literally just making them. Okay, this is also explains the reason why I have him at number 11 compared to last year at this time. I probably would have put him at like 5 at least. Possibly 3. Top 3. But they lost a lot of good pieces and they might lose more. They do have a lot of good pieces though, as well as 2 great goalies in Frederick Anderson. Yes, he has injury problems, but when he's healthy, he is super good. And Pyotr Kochekov, who could play both starter role and backup goalie. He's only like in his very early 20s. But I do think Carolina's gonna be super good. I just don't quite think that they are going to be good enough to finish top 2 in the Metro. Continuing on, just into the top 10 here. Nashville Predators. I was super high on them when I was ranking teams on like doing my season predictions, and I am a little bit lower on them now since I had some more time to think about it because again I did little or no research doing that before that podcast episode. But I am really still high, still really high on the Nashville Predators. Forward you got Jonathan Marchessault, Steven Stamkos, Philip Forsberg, Nyquist, all those guys, and I'm still forgetting about Ryan O'Reilly. There's still others that I'm forgetting about. The super deep team up front, not super deep team, but pretty deep team. You got Cody Glass down the bottom 6. He's still really young and skilled and good and all the above. Defensively, you got Roman Yossi, Brady Shea, 2 fantastic defensemen back there. Then in net, you got arguably a top 10 goalie in the league, probably, in my opinion, a top 10 goalie in the league. And you see Soros back there, hopefully returning to his fullest potential, like he was a couple years ago. And then Kevin Lankin is a pretty decent backup, but he's not that good backup wise. But Nashville is going to be very good next year. I had them finishing number 3 in the Central Division. But yeah, that is that. Let's see. Okay, so we got all number 3s in their respective divisions. So let's think of number 2 in the division. Who's gonna be the worst between? Okay, let me think about this in my head. It's gonna be a little second here. Okay, I came up to a final conclusion. Who's gonna be number 9? I think the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs of Toronto are going to be number 9 on this list. I think they'll finish number 2 in the Atlantic. I do think that they were a super good team last year. And they got even better with the acquisition of Chris Tanev, and there's another one that I'm forgetting about. They did acquire another good defenseman in free agency. They really helped their defense of what was probably biggest concern. And then offensively, obviously, they're fantastic with Austin Matthews, 69 goal scorer last year, Nylander, former 100-point scorer, Tavares, fantastic performer, and as well as Mitch Marner, I believe, so also a former 100-point scorer. And then the bottom they got Camp, Robertson, Nick Robertson, Jan Krook, and there's a couple other there. Max Domi. Max Domi is a huge one down there, the bottom six. And then defensively, they still got Riley, Chris Tanev, and then a couple other that I can't think of. Pretty sure they have Labushkin. I might be tripping, but I think they have Labushkin. And then in there, they have Joseph Roll, which I believe, but is a fantastic goalie. Played fantastic last year when he was healthy. Hopefully, he's healthy again this year. And then backup, who is the backup? I don't even know. I did know, but I don't remember. And I don't feel like doing enough research on it right now. But continuing on, that's why I have Maple Leafs at number 9. So, okay, let's see. Let me think again. Hold up. Who's going to be number 8? Hmm. Okay, boy. I do got to Google something real quick. Wait a second. I'm actually on to something. I'm searching up, is Valerina Trushin going to play in the 2024 2025 season? Because that's actually, if he's not, that's a big problem. I think he's suspended for 6 months into the season, which honestly, I'm going to bump the Avalanche down a little bit to the number 8 spot. Okay, we're going to touch on the Valerina Trushin thing in a little bit after I talk about this team. This team led offensively by Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen. And defensively is Cale McCall, Devon Taves, Casey Middlestad up front as well. There's other people up front that I'm forgetting about. Miles Wood, Ross Colton, and then oh my god, I really don't on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of the people's name. But there's other great depth pieces that they have for depth, and then defense they still have those two great players that I mentioned. Georgiev had 40 wins last year, and I don't remember. I think it's Franchose is the backup, I believe. But yeah, I do think this team's gonna be very good, very competitive. But without the true skin for the first 6 months of the year, oh, that's gonna hurt them so much. So that's the reason why I have them finishing below the 17th in front of them. The next team is going to be the New York Rangers. I have them finishing second in the Metro. I do think they're gonna be a little bit of a downgrade. I think they're gonna lose Jacob Trouba. That's not why, but I think they are going to. Actually, I don't know. Are they? I don't know. They might. They might lose Trouba. I just do think they're gonna take a big step down. I know why, but I can't think of the reason right now. I had it in my head before the podcast episode, and then I just forget it. I feel like I do that with everything that I don't have written down for these podcast episodes for some reason. But I do think they're going to take a step down. They still do have their main pieces, but I do think they're going to take a step down. So I think the second, the Metro, seventh in my power rankings. Continuing on at number 6, the Vancouver Canucks. I think they're going to be very good, just as they were last year. I think they're going to be very similar type of team than last year. Demko and that. And then on the back end, they got, yes, they lost Zadorov, but they still got Meyer, Quinn Hughes, Philip Hronik, those guys. And then on the up front, they got Pedersen, Miller, Besser, Connor Garland, Dakota Joshua, uh, Phil Suter. Let's see here. Oh my God, those are the main ones. There are a couple other ones I'm forgetting, but there are other ones. But Vancouver is gonna be very, very good again. I am excited to see how they do again. And I think they're gonna finish number 6. Obviously to my according to my power rankings. Next number. Okay. Hold up. Wait a second. I actually think I have this all wrong. I think Vancouver is number 5. This makes more sense. This still doesn't make any sense. Why is it 33? Okay, we're just gonna keep it going. Actually, I hope this is all just a big mistake. Okay. Okay, Vancouver is actually number 4. So bump up every single team up 1. So this is gonna be number 4. Vancouver is actually number 5. Rangers are 6. Whatever. Utah Hockey Club, yes. They're gonna be the Utah Hockey Club. That's their name. No, from now on, they're in Utah, and the name's the hockey club, the Utah Hockey Club, UHC. Yes. Number 4. Okay, let's see. No, because Utah Hockey Club is what the Arizona Coyotes were. Arizona Coyotes are no more. It's now the Utah Hockey Club. They have all the players and management and everything, but they just rebranded to the Utah Hockey Club. So it's basically like the Arizona Coyotes are now called the Utah Hockey Club. With the new logo and jerseys and stuff. And they're in Utah now. So no, it's not. It's still 32 teams. I'm just gonna try to finish his power rankings, and if it's still off, I don't know. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, okay. Thank you, Doug, for saying that stuff to me. Thank you. Oh, this is so tough. I'm just thinking in my head was who's gonna be number 4. This is so tough. Okay, I have my decision. Number 4 is gonna be New Jersey. New Jersey Devils. I think they're gonna finish number 1 in the Metro and number 2 in the East. Behind there's one team left, and I'll get to them. I think that Jack Hughes hopefully is going to be healthy, which I believe that he will be. And if he is, I think he's going to put up like 100 points probably. Address Babrat next to the side, and then it's like Nico Hischier is one of the best two-way forwards in the league. And he's got much other that I can't think of course. And then the defense end, they got Dougie Hamilton, who's fantastic, and other people are Siegenthaler, yeah. And then the back end, they got Jacob Markstrom, who's phenomenal back there. And Simon Nemec and Luke Hughes are also on the defense, too, I just remembered. So, yeah. The team will be very, very good, both offensively and defensively. And then and goaltending, too, is going to be fantastic for them. Next, number 3 is going to be Dallas Stars. I think that offensively with Robertson, Hintz, Johnston, who else? Think. Sam Steele. Oh my god, I can't think right now. Why? Hockenpah, Flaska. There's people there's like at least one person I'm forgetting on the top that I can't think of right now. Of course, I keep saying that over and over again, but it's true. And then defensively, they got Heiskanen, Harley, and then others. Yes, I lost Tanev, but it's okay. Oh, and Matthew Shane, that's who I was forgetting. Yes, Matthew Shane in the forward core. And then back in is Jake Andre. I don't remember who the backup goalie is because they lost to Wedgwood. But I know Andre is the top 10 goalie in the league. He's so fantastic. Otter. I think that team's gonna be fantastic. Next, number 2 is going to be Florida Panthers. Actually, oh man. Okay, so this is kind of like a prediction of what I think is gonna happen next year, kind of. Like what the power rankings are kind of off. So I'm gonna have to put 2 with Florida. Oh, I like this. Okay, there we go. 2 is Florida. This offensive team led by Reinhardt, Chuck, Verhage, Barkov, the best two-way forward in the league, one of the best captains for sure. Lundell, they lost Lomberg. Yes, it sucks, but I think this will be very, very good. Depth-wise, defensively, they got Ekblad. They lost Montu, which sucks. And they lost Ekam Lawson, too. That also sucks so bad for defensively. But they still got Forsling and Ekblad. Still gonna have pretty good defensively. And then goaltending, Sergei Bobrovsky is probably the best goalie in the league, in my opinion. And then backup, Stolarz, he's fantastic. Actually, he's not there anymore. I don't know who's the backup, but yeah, I think the team's gonna be top 3 in the league. I think they're gonna be second best in the league, literally, clearly. Next, number 1, last team left, Edmonton Oilers. See what they showed me last year. I think that they're gonna be the best in the league next year. Offense in the regular season, not postseason, does not mean we win a Stanley Cup, but I do think that they are going to be contending for the Stanley Cup for sure. And I do think they're going to be the best regular season team. I think they're going to win the President's Trophy. I do. Led by McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, RNH, and Bouchard in the back end. Offensively, they had Arvidsson and Jeff Skinner, which is great because they can bump down Evander Kane. And those guys still have more depth. Defensively, they still got Bouchard, Nurse, Ekholm, and those guys. And then goaltending, I think, he's not yet, but I think he's going to be a top 10 goalie in the league next year, and Stuart Skinner. And backup Kelvin Pickard the team's going to be the best in the league next year in the regular season, in my opinion. Clearly, is what I'm ranking them. That's it. It still says there's 33 teams here, which is very interesting because this goes through all the teams. Edmonton, Florida, Dallas, Devils, Canucks, Rangers, Colorado, Maple Leafs, Predators, Carolina, Boston, Kings, Senators, Wild, Red Wings, Winnipeg, Seattle, Buffalo, Vegas, Hockey Club, Washington, New York, Tampa Bay, Philly, St. Louis, CBJ, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Anaheim, Montreal, Calgary, and San Jose. Wait a minute. Apparently, 33 teams in the league now. I guess so. How many teams are in the NHL? Let's Google this one because I know it's 32. Yeah, I told you it's 32. I don't know. Okay, I have all the teams in order. We're gonna call it a day here. We get it. No, but that's actually bugging me though. No, I put 30. According to this, there are 33 teams. Guess it's 33 teams here. I guess it is what it is, right? That's gonna be it for today's podcast episode. Going down the list from 1 to 32, number 1, actually 32 to 1, apparently 33 to 1, I guess. San Jose Sharks, Calgary Flames, Montreal Canadiens, Anaheim Ducks, Chicago Blackhawks, Pittsburgh Penguins, Columbus Blue Jackets, St. Louis Blues, Philadelphia Flyers, Tampa Bay Lightning, New York Islanders, Washington Capitals, Utah Hockey Club, Vegas Golden Knights, Buffalo Sabres, Seattle Kraken, Winnipeg Jets, Detroit Red Wings, Minnesota Wild, Ottawa Senators, LA Kings, Boston Bruins, Carolina Hurricanes, Nashville Predators, Toronto Maple Leafs, Colorado Avalanche, New York Rangers, Vancouver Canucks, New Jersey Devils, Dallas Stars, Florida Panthers, and last but not least, Edmonton Oilers. You're welcome to Doug, by the way, for commenting that. You're welcome. That's gonna be it. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow for episode big number 10, episode number 10 of season 2. Peace.